I'm going to finish reading this
Okay,
comment
go
from
ahead.
Getter. I mentioned Maury Baker's and Disc Jockey Lounge because they were on Livernois, and Lee had a second store south of 7 Mile Road, Avenue of Fashion nearby.
It was called Lee's Monroe 2, T-O-O.
What can you tell us about that store?
We was getting ready to move from downtown. They was reconstructing downtown. I was getting another store.
The city of Detroit?
Right. And I was getting another store to cover myself to close up downtown.
It was eminent domain. They were forcing you out of your property.
Right.
You were forced to vacate within 3 weeks, and they were going to, at the end of the 3 weeks, when you vacated, pay you $10,000. But you were not paid $10,000 after 3 weeks. In fact, how long did you wait to get paid by the city of Detroit?
18 months later.
That's almost 2 years.
Right.
A year and a half later, you were paid. In the meantime, financially, what happened in your life?
I came down. I had to go to the hospital. Didn't have insurance because my insurance, they wouldn't do for me at the time.
You had problems, do you want to say, or you don't want to say, with what your health problems were?
Yes, I had that.
You fell behind on your medical bills.
No, well, I couldn't because when I closed my store, I'm supposed to be closed for 3 weeks, and I'm going to get $10,000 from the city. But they started hee-hawing, and took me 18 months to get it. Meanwhile, I still had to live because I hadn't prepared for it at the time. I took off, going to be off like 3 weeks, then I'm going to find a place and go back. I had the merchandise, but the $10,000 never came through. And then one thing happened, other things happened. I just never went back. But anyway, the city of Detroit was the cause of it, really. And then when I got the $10,000, because I wasn't making payment on my taxes, they took the $10,000. I think I got $744 left. I didn't want to go back into business and go with all the stress, so I just lived off of my assets for a while. Then I freelanced, and I worked for the city for...
The city of Detroit.
Right, law department for a while.
You worked as a clerk under a blind lawyer to make sure that his important documents were typed out. You were a typist, among other things.
When I went there, that's what I was supposed to be interviewed for. And when I got there, the guy asked me my background. I told him, he said he wanted to find something for me because I had something with him that he could use. So I talked myself into the job because I told him I could type. I did teach myself how to type. I went to school to learn the computer, and I got my certificate. I worked at the law department as a clerk for about 8-9 years, I think. I just worked part-time, and that's all I needed. I worked like 4 hours a day. I had my office there and the computer. I went down to Dennis Archer. I worked at Kwame Kilpatrick and Dave Bean till I retired. And then I just started working.
You worked under 3 Detroit mayors in a row. Were you able to see any or all of them in person once in a while or more?
Oh, yeah,
more than
because
that?
they would always visit the law department.
Of the 3 mayors, what were their names, the 3 that you worked under? Kwame,
Dennis
Archer,
Kwame Kilpatrick, and Dave Bean.
Between Dennis Archer, Kwame Kilpatrick, and Dave Bing, 3 Detroit mayors, 3 in a row that you worked under in the law office, which was your favorite? And why?
Kwame Kilpatrick. He got more done. He got a lot done for the city, but he was corrupted.
You think he was corrupted from outside, or he corrupted himself?
The whole government is corrupted. From the United States government is corrupt.
Every government is corrupt.
Right.
Everyone, we're all corrupt. We're born corrupt.
Right. So that's why we have wars. That's why we have politicians. They corrupt as hell. You go back to John F. Kennedy. Look what they were. They were on liquor.
They made their money off of bootleg hooch.
Right. Peter Lawson was a dope man. That's a fact. Canady and his brother, Marilyn Monroe,
got with her.
So I'm just saying, they all, that's what I said, the government. And so it needed to be a change. The best president that I said we had, who got more done, the very best president, Abraham Lincoln. I got to give him the number 1 because he freed us.
Who's number 2?
Donald J. Trump. No, number two would be Donald J. Trump, and number 3 would be, I got to put Ronald Reagan in there, and I got to put Donald Trump in there.
So number 1, Abraham Lincoln.
Right.
Number 2, Donald J. Trump.
Right.
Number 3, Ronald Reagan.
Right.
Your favorite 3 presidents, all Republicans, right. I might add.
Right.
Not that you're attached to a certain party.
They shouldn't put stigma on that. It shouldn't be that. That's politics anyway to have Democrats. This is the way the country's going to go, and everybody should be behind the country, going positive. When we vote out this thing, everybody get behind everybody until this term is up. Anybody who try to corrupt me, I got a place for you. That's where I would run the country.
I just want to make a comment at the risk of offending you, Mr. Canady. I know that you And did you hear that?
Yeah.
That was weird. Detroit, what are you going to do? I just heard a guy screaming, Lee and I. At the risk of... It's fine. Your door's locked, right?
Yeah.